Howdy there, partner, and welcoming you back to crypto's juiciest news. Bitcoin, what are you doing? $58,000. We are absolutely going nowhere, friends. This is where the past few days have taken us, which is literally absolutely nowhere. Obviously, we're hoping that the power of Jim Cramer here is enough to give us the biggest upwards pump of all time. But day by day, it feels like it's sinking forever. This is what it looks like on a daily chart, friends. That's why I want to give you some perspective here, because if you go down to the lower time frame, it looks like this thing is game over. And right now, I'll show this to you on the 5-minute chart. It's actually here, yes. This is what everyone sees, friends. This is the 5-minute chart. Everyone just sees this. Oh, no, we're dropping and then dropping and then we can't. See what it looks like? It just looks like it's going down forever. But before we go on to everything else, I want to show you this picture that I found. Shout out to the guy who did this, okay? Because this pretty much, friends, you just stop the video after this. Okay, I'm not even joking. This is Bitcoin chart inverted. Now, when you look at this, obviously it looks like absolute ass, doesn't it? Look at this. No, it looks like it's completely inverted to the floor. It looks like it's gone to the floor. Now, the lower the price goes, the higher the price, because it's an invert chart. But traditionally, man, looking at something like this, these things always resolve to the downside, which is obviously higher prices because this thing is going down. Look, it's come back down. It's flagging. It can't go the other way before it finally continues. Okay, now here's the thing though. Okay, you can't always rely on this invert chart because basically your eyes see what you want to see, right? The one time everyone needs is to reverse to continue. Maybe just do this reversal up. But this is a big macro chart, man. This is a 3-day chart. This is a 3-day chart. So, I mean, look at this, man. If you were looking at a chart like this, friends, you'd like know, hey, there's going to be something down here. Like, we have to test something. Even if you're going to go back the other way, you have to come back and do something. So, maybe that's what's coming out ahead for us. And now, baby dolls, looking at this brown shoe combination we have here, I've given everything a brown shoe. You've earned it, by the way. You've all earned it, by the way. Yes, a brown shoe, friends, is actually worse than a poopy emoji and probably a clown emoji too. That's how low we're going. You can't get more pathetic than this. You're just going to keep getting the brown shoe forever. Ethereum 2450, which is trash as well. ETH/BTC 0.042. Man, friends, literally the summary of everything has been Vitalik has been copying the biggest beating of all time. Now, in essence, everyone's wrong. Why? Well, the guy's only added $1 trillion of value. Of course, he can take out $100 million here and there. The guy can sell everything and leave. You know what I mean? He's changed the industry forever. Like, he's literally done the only thing that everybody holding altcoins, right? When you're talking to a Bitcoin maxi, you're like, yeah, but Ethereum's got value, right? It hasn't gone to zero yet. Okay, they all think it's gone to zero. It's not gone to zero, friends. Of course it's not. But ultimately, we still remain in a state of cope. All right. Others BTC, friends. So Ethereum lagging and like all this other Vitalik stuff. This is all we're seeing right now. We're seeing altcoins now confirm based off the past, friends. Based off the past. So I'm not doing any of these like, oh, but the US dollar thing went up. No. This is the real ratio. All right. This is literally the real ratio. If you are taking risk in crypto outside of Bitcoin, you're taking more risk. Okay. So you need to be compensated with a reward. If your thing is bleeding, this is the real indicator. Now, this does confirm it is the worst performing cycle of all time. And this pretty much, this red weekly candle, it solidifies it. Yeah, man. I don't know what to tell you. So we knew a third curse was coming. We've been talking about it for 2 years. I just didn't think about it like this. I just didn't think, oh, you're going to follow the 4-year cycle the whole way to a T, and then you're going to start slowly cracking, you know? I just want to show you what it did in the past, right? So exactly 4 years ago, it was literally started going up only. Look at this green. You see that? That was Bitcoin breaking the all-time high though, okay? Just to let you know. And also even before that, this was Ethereum busting up and lifting up the whole crypto industry. This is Ethereum's first cycle here. So this was also, look at these vertical greens to the moon. Now, in both of those scenarios, 2012 and 2016, you had Bitcoin charging through the highs and making new all-time highs. So right now, Bitcoin at 58,000, we don't expect to see that. If we were to expect to see that, it would have to be Bitcoin clearing 74,000, 80,000, and then stopping wherever it wants to stop up there. So that's what probably eventually happen, or which we hope, man. We're just in a state of cope. And then we'll probably start to see these vertical green candles. But yeah, man, I know it's annoying, friends. I know it's annoying. You think it's not annoying for me? Like 2 years ago, we knew this. If it plays out, this is exactly how it plays out. The problem though is, man, we are now in the 4th cycle. Friends, I'll tell you right now, I don't care. Honestly, crypto industry can go suck a fat one. I don't give a shit. I'm just trying to help you. do not ever in your life take any investment advice, firstly from me, but take any investment or trading advice or life advice from anyone who gives you an opportunity that's worked 3 times before and sounds too good to be true. That's it, okay? Never, ever, ever take that, okay? Because imagine the risks of if you got this thing wrong, okay? You maybe in the next cycle, friends, people are going to get it wrong. They're all going to think, let me hold my stable coins and Bitcoin, and then like a month before Bitcoin breaks the all-time high in 3 years, I just get to buy all the altcoins. I got a feeling a lot of people are going to try to do that. Okay, just a feeling though. I don't know if they will, but I think they're going to get destroyed. I think something's going to happen. Like maybe the bear market isn't as deep as they think. Maybe instead of a 90% drop for altcoins, maybe they become like 80%. That's one possibility. And also a possibility is you have an earlier rally where altcoins start to move up heaps before next Bitcoin halving, which would be 2027, or even in Bitcoin halving year, and Bitcoin doesn't even move up that much. You see what I'm doing? Just playing with stuff in my mind. And this is what I was thinking about for this cycle. Just, man, like, what are the odds? My 4th cycle in a row, it follows exactly to the T. But still, hopefully it all makes sense at the end when we, like, make it to Valhalla. Now, for big news, right? So we have CZ, friends, is coming out of jail this month. And I know, yeah, you're probably like a boomer out here. They got no idea how crypto works. Tell you right now, man, CZ coming out of jail, that's worth something. Don't know how much it's worth, but that's worth something. Now, this is the Bitcoin monthly candle. Can CZ change the fate of September? Remember, friends, September, actually, it's kind of interesting. We're down 1% here-ish. Yes, September, there's been 8 out of 11 Septembers have been red. So the odds of September going get bad is like, it's very high. And it's all because of the stonk market. Stonk market doesn't like September, but then it's always rallies at the end of the year. They always activate the money printing on average. Unfortunately as well, ETH BTC finished the month with a red monthly super trend. Man, this is really, really, real bad, man. If you got a monthly super trend flip, your sentiment is bonked. Hard, man, hard. So what can we do, man? What can we do? Like, we know what we're here for. Everyone's in Ethereum, it's 3rd cycle. They're paying for decentralization maxi. We know things like meme coins exist and keep existing, and people are still excited about them, even though the prices are going down, man. But it's relative, friends. It's not like you say, oh, you like this or you don't like this. No, people want to gamble. People, okay, I'll tell you one thing. People want to gamble, and they're not in the mood right now. But when they're in the mood, do you think they're going to go gamble on layer 2 governance tokens, all these other grifters with VC techs where they earn 95% of the coins? I don't think so, man. I don't even think you can convince the big institutions to buy your junk. These big institutions, they're here to dump on the rest of us. So they have to buy what the rest of us like. You see? They're not buying all this stuff. Oh, we like this thing because we believe in it. Yeah, they say that. But what do their actions do? Their actions speak louder than their words. They dump every unlock. They leave in the bear markets, okay? And then they just go change all the coins in the next cycle anyway. So nothing that these institutions and hedge funds or whatever have done, nothing is conducive to long-term growth. Nothing, not a single thing. All of them, they're full of shit. And by the way, as well, I'm being harsh and cruel, but really, they can't do anything to break the cycle. That's the actual truth. They are not special, okay? Friends, what do you hear from all these guys? Conveniently, the guys who have all the VC coin unlocks and all the sponsorships, all those mainstream influencers, you know them and you watch them. What do they always say? VCs are here to help us, okay? All these technology guys, they're great. Retail is not important this cycle. It's going to be this ETF stuff. Of course, it's like every single talking point you could make a PowerPoint presentation just to convince people you're smart for holding the coin. Just let you know that, friends. I'm trying to help you, okay? When they do this like massaging, obviously it's like a nice, friendly, family approved massage, of course. When they do this type of massaging to you, okay, they're just trying to build up this narrative to convince you that you're smart. Okay, so what advantage does someone have to gain by telling a retailer pleb like us that, oh, these coins are where the real important money is going to be allocating to? That sounds exactly like how you manipulate people. You're telling the poor guy, you're not actually poor and dumb. You're just poor. You're in the smart thing. You're going to be rich and smart later. You're actually poor and smart. Oh, man. So, my fundamentals, friends, I'm playing some pump music as well because we need it. My fundamentals is, you know what? CZ's getting released out of jail. That's my fundamentals. I don't give a shit. Token doesn't make money. Don't care. CZ's getting released out of jail. Check out the macro data coming, friends. US jobs this Friday. So this is really, really important, by the way. US jobs is now more important than the kippy. which is the inflation data. Which is hey, how's that happen? How's that happen? Who made you the arbiter? I'm just telling you, friends. I've been here for a long time, man. I'm here 18 hours a day. I'm just telling you now. US jobs is now more important than inflation. Okay, because inflation's coming down, and they know it. There's no money printing. That's excess. They printed the money. They haven't spent it. Okay, so inflation is going to come down. We might even have deflation issues later on. Okay, if this recession starts cracking. Okay, so the KIPI does come out this month. It's going to hit like 2.9%. Remember, they're moving data. It's in the clear. You can't reverse this thing in 2 seconds. You can't. Okay, so KIPI's in the clear. But the US jobs is most important because what's everybody who's sidelined and short watching? They're watching the unemployment rate. Remember, friends, unemployment rate is the pleb indicator for an economy. It is the last moving indicator, okay? It's literally Harry hindsight, okay? So why? It's because companies getting rid of your human, the most costly thing, it's annoying to go hire new humans and train them. So they have to wait for things to get really, really, really bad. Then they're like, you know what? We're not even going to need you for the next like 3 years. Just leave. You know, so that's why the unemployment rate lags at the very, very end of the cycle. And that's why the unemployment rate, when it starts spiking up, it's pretty much game over. It's like, because every company now knows, oh my gosh, I don't even need you for the next like 1, 2, 3 years, man. Just leave, okay? But if there's like it's like 6 months or a few months, they're going to go through a slowdown and a downturn, they hold on to the workers because it costs too much to retrain them, okay? So that unemployment rate, friends, is coming out this Friday. It's expected like 4.2%. I haven't even seen what the surveys expect. So if this thing, let's say they're expecting worse, but it comes out better. Oh my God. Just telling you, the sidelined bears who are betting on the recession happening now, that's going to be very hard to fight because that unemployment rate, if it's starting to tick up, but then it stalls, that's going to put a lot of pain in them. A lot of pain. Okay. Just telling you, that's their weak point. Okay. Another, obviously, big FOMC meeting, the FOMC is coming in 16 days from now, so September 18th. It's funny, friends. I was listening to one of these podcasts. I was always like this, smart guys and stuff. It was funny. One guy who's at the whole podcast, friends, for an hour, he was turbo bearish. He's like, turbo bearish, Bitcoin's got to go down below 50, below 40K. We're going to get that, and then everything's going to print. He kept saying that, right, throughout the... Now, he's not silly or anything. He knows his stuff. And I'm thinking, whoa, this guy's really convicted. He must know his stuff. But then, right, luckily I listened to the whole thing, friends, okay? At the very, very end, he revealed this card. Okay, so this guy's a trader. And he says, yeah, my bet on the money is that the US Fed's going to cut by 50 this market, okay, this meeting. He said they're going to cut by 50 basis points. And he's like so convicted. He goes, oh, definitely cutting things are bad. They're going to cut by 50 this bet. And so I went back and I checked the odds. And the odds are unchanged. What odds? Well, it's 67% chance for a 25 basis point cut. And only 33% chance for the 50. Now, you might say, well, those things, yeah, they could switch around. They could, friends. However, when you have Mr. Stonk Market breaking to new highs like this, all right, and the September meeting is literally like right here, like it's right here, friends. It's like basically the stock market is clawing at the highs here. It's clawing at the highs, okay? Yeah, you could always come back down, but it's just the odds of you nailing a 50 basis point cut, because why does everyone want that, friends? Remember, we went through the data. If the Fed cuts by 50 basis points, it's literally game over. That, like, in terms of, okay, economy's cracking too fast, and then the forward 1 year return is minus 18% for the stock market whenever they cut by 50 basis points to stop a cycle. But when they only cut by 25, basically still good times ahead. So I'm just telling you now, the biggest trap, how everyone gets trapped, is if they cut by 25 and they cut by 25, they just do it slowly, but then the economy goes into like another flight mode next year. Okay, that would be very painful because, here's the thing, man, the inflation's going to be low. By the way, when I say we're going to get another pump next year, it's not going to be easy. Like, if we get that, if we get in that scenario, it's not like you're going to wake up one day and go, oh, everything's so great, I've got to sell. No, like, inflation might be like at the top of crypto, we might find US inflation is like 2.2%. And the unemployment ticked down. Right, so like that will be the critical point. Right, I've got to remind you as well, because this is super important. The crypto market, friends, was already destroyed before the US stock market turned, okay? So we've gone back here to 2021. A lot of people believe, I've already seen it because people don't know. I know, God bless you, man, you're trying so hard, but you don't know what the hell you're doing. You don't know what to talk about. You haven't done, people don't do any charts. They don't check the correlations. They have no precedence in history for whatever they're saying. A lot of people think, wow, just when the stock market starts looking bad, I'm going to get out of my crypto and I'm going to avoid all the pain. No, you're not, bro. Do you know how many insiders and scammers and deep state scum are trying to grab the crypto liquidity first? Do you know how many there are? Too many. Okay, there's not enough liquidity. Okay, so you literally can't get out unless everybody's literally partying. I'm not joking. Okay, if you wait, you can still get out. You're paying a 50 to 60% discount though. Okay, to get out. You're paying, a premium. So you're taking that much of a hit from your portfolio high. That's and that, by the way, if you get it wrong, you're going to be embarrassed because now you just halved your position. Imagine you got it wrong. Imagine you sold and there's one more wave up. Okay, look at this. This is the Nasdaq, friends. You see this yellow line? That's the Nasdaq. Look how far Bitcoin had crashed and the Nasdaq just went and made a new high. Okay, look at this. Bitcoin down here was 40% down, okay? So on this move though, down 40%, right on here and here, altcoins were down 50. You see? And it was over. And look at this. You have no idea it was over. Look, just made a new high. Look at this. We had already started crashing. Look at this. Look at this, friends. By the way, it was game over by now. It's literally game over. I'm not joking. Okay, altcoins, now you're down like 55, 60%. And then you come back down. Look at this. Look at the Nasdaq. Oh, you still look high. You still look high. Look, the Nasdaq is bouncing. No, it's literally game over. You see? So look at this. This is what it looked like at the top. Look how much we front run it, friends. Look how, oh man, it's so tough. Like crypto is like 2 months before the stock market. You just see, it's dangerous, man. It's dangerous to just think that you're going to get, there's no free lunch. There's no free lunch in this. So buying the cheapest prices are always accompanied with extreme FUD. Okay, extreme FUD. And selling the highest prices, selling euphoria, is always accompanied with you're an embarrassment. Your future retirement is now at risk. You're an idiot for leaving the party. It's sad. We're embarrassed for you. You've sold. That's what it pretty much is. Okay, obviously we're not there yet. Everyone's thinking, man, can we even get to a point like that? Well, it's good. I'm thinking that too. I'm like, man, can we ever feel euphoric again? Once you feel like that, hopefully it's a sentiment bottom. Now, friends, I've got some data. I might make another video on it as well. So we've seen recently, we had Soylana land, Soylana fever, Soylana season, and yeah, everybody but the devs lose money. So the pump fund devs have crossed $100 million of money raised. And you know what's funny? They raise all the money from all the fees and they just dump the Soylana and they're exiting. They're just literally extracting value out of crypto. So all these JPEG gamblers with a 0% win rate are there losing all their money, losing to the cabal, losing to themselves, PvP. The devs made $100 million. They've already dumped $40 million of SOL. They're just not even thinking about it. Oh, man, it's sad. But guess what? Half of their money now has moved to Tron. So now, that's the new JPEG stuff. Everyone's a load of shit. Every time I see this, who are these people appearing on my Twitter feed? They now have like red-themed things, and they're saying Tron's the future, and they respect. Bro, you didn't even know who Justin Sun was 60 days ago. Do you know what I mean? These people are coming. But that's it, There are a lot of suckers out there, friends. You saw one, those female influencers, she's got some titties and some lips done, and everyone's like, wow, she's not dumping on me. Yes, friends, they're all dumping on you, okay? They're all dumping, okay? They're abandoning projects, okay? When people keep abandoning projects, what do you think they're doing? They sell and they leave. You see, I don't do any of that. I don't believe in that. I think we are big enough as well to add value. Because this is what people want somewhere where you don't change your mind every 15 seconds, man. They want that. In fact, they'll cling on to that hope forever. Look at Bitcoin Maxi World. Okay, do you see that? But they're the ones who win. What about everybody else in every other coin? You see? Now, in PulseChain community, friends, PulseChain price is still down. It's still rounding off here. I mean, rounding off makes a new red candle, red weekly candle. But you can't do anything along this point, friends. You're just waiting for this thing to eventually clear. I mean, it's kind of sad as well. The weekly super trend now, the bar is so low. It's down to only 62.62, 0.62 day one sack, which is here. So during these times, you can either add to your bags. I know 99.9% of people can't, like it's been here forever. Yeah, I get it, man. Don't feel bad if people say like, oh, you should be adding to your bags. If you don't have anything, don't touch anything, man. You've been here for like over 3.5 years. Okay, so look, I'll tell you right now, leaving spare ammo for something longer than 12 months, you're going to get crushed in the long run. You will get crushed. I promise you'll get crushed. Not just guess, you will get crushed, okay? when the markets give cheap prices as they become more mature, the times that they spend cheap, okay, they don't give you this like amazing long-term opportunity to just keep accumulating forever. Markets don't do that, man. If things are destined for higher, once they're done, they never even come back. You can't literally touch on that again. You have to go literally hold forever, but just keep looking for a new ID. That's what it comes down to. We have PulseX sacrifice around 5.8x away. So yeah, this is like, wow, it's 6x away. So 6x, man, that's nuts. So yeah, man, everybody who gets to buy today, I know it's sad, man, it sucks. Okay, you buy 3 years after believers and you make a 6 times on your money when they break even. That's what you are today. It's actually 5.8x. But yeah, that's it. That's the game, friends. That's literally the game of cycles. So if you pay too high of a price, which is what everybody did, you get destroyed. I don't care who it is. I don't care who your founder is. I don't care what you do. I don't care if you're decentralized or centralized. I don't even care. Look, friend, learn from Soylana, okay? It doesn't even matter if your chain goes down every month, okay? It was cheap last year and the year before. It was cheap on the FTX collapse. That's it. Capitulation. You see that? It didn't even matter. You can't even keep your chain on. Doesn't matter. Cheap is cheap. You see that? Well, it's the same thing. Who's your founder? They say they're God. Okay, it doesn't matter. Okay, expensive is expensive. You see that? The whole game is to buy low, sell high. I also want to show you this PHEX chart, friends. PHEX is going sideways against PulseX. So it's actually doing well. However, if you go check the USD price, you can see it just looks like, obviously, this is a daily chart, friends. Daily charts always look horrific. Just keeps like they're going down forever and ever and ever. That's what people do, man. Over time, they're like saying, well, we need Richard to stream, or we want this, want that. It doesn't even matter, man. It's not even really that. You know, it's Ethereum is poop. Everything connected to Ethereum is poop. And it's not just that. It's everything in crypto, friends. You see the Bitcoin dominance high. Like, when this team turns out, I'll tell you, it's going to be horrific when you see what people do. So you are holding still onto the longest Bitcoin dominance run ever. It's going to be like 600 days. What do you think is going to happen when this thing eventually turns around? But, you know, we could be looking at it right now. Everything's just stalling. You just need some sort of catalyst. I want to quickly jump back as well to the Bitcoin 4-year cycle of the Fractal. You see, do you remember when we were last week? We are exactly where we should be. All right. But we're now starting to disconnect and disconnect big. Okay. So, man, I'm hoping we don't see something like that. But we are starting to disconnect, friends. And I think I saw from BCB, if you do like the absolute most time or whatever it's due to pump based off woo-woo magic, it's like up to September 8th. But who cares at this point? Like, we just want these things to start moving up. Like, who gives a shit? Oh, our 5 days, whatever. You've waited forever and nothing's happened. So we'll see. Okay, and now, friends, I have to go through something. So 9mm exchange. So I've been posting all over the weekend stuff. 9mm exchange had an exploit. Okay, now I'll always say this in crypto. I don't care who it is. Whenever I see any exploit, I'm like, probably an inside job every single time. But why do I say that? It's because I'm here to help you make better informed decisions with yourself over time, friends. It's just like, literally, if you walk through a city, I'm just going to tell you, assume everyone's a thief. Okay, so don't leave your wallet hanging out of your pocket. Assume everyone's a thief. Now, you know not everyone's a thief, but you know that if you do that long enough, you're going to get pooped. Okay, sweet. So how do you actually put that into practice? Well, you just always assume, man, if it's a new website, assume it's a rug. Assume it's a rug. There's an exploit. There's a wrong link. Friends, we've even seen, right? We even saw with Curve. Okay, literally Curve Protocol. Legit team, legit everything, legit, shielded and loved everywhere, blah, 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 blah. And then their front end gets exploited by DNS hack. So it reroutes to another page. You see that? So like, even when they're legit and there's an exploit and someone else comes and does it, it doesn't matter. The result is the same. It's you get harmed. So number one, you always assume everything is out to get you. Also, number two, I'm just going to show you something right now. I know there's crypto friends and coding and all this other stuff. I've got no idea what the hell is going on with all. I don't know how to read code or any this other stuff. You have to like rely on other people. How do you even know they're legit? But when you see this, friends, this is the 9mm DEX website. Okay, so there's obviously there's always FUD going around these times, friends, because if the price is low, there's FUD. Doesn't even matter if it's right or wrong. So there was people don't understand. This is a Pancakeswap / Uniswap fork. Okay, so there's no admin keys for the DEX. So swapping and liquidity providing and all this other stuff, it's literally copy paste from PancakeSwap. So there is, from the Atropa dev, he has this post that people keep sharing. Okay, I actually made a video about it, where he says, oh yeah, there's a bug in here. I bet you can like spoof something, failed the audit test. But what he didn't know is at the time is that is not even these guys' code. It's PancakeSwap code. So if you can exploit this, you can go after $10 billion on Binance. So obviously it hasn't happened. Why? Because you can't do anything, right? They've been battle tested. Now, that's where it stops though. Okay, so Uniswap Pancake Forks, they are, I'm not going to say all of them okay for it, because they change one thing, things blow up, okay? But you can't do anything with them. You can't. If there was something wrong with Uniswap, man, there's $100 billion basically for your taking, okay? So nothing wrong with that. The problem always comes when they start tweaking things. That's where the issues come. Now, on 9mm site, there used to be a button up here, okay? There's a button up the top, used to be staking. This staking was obviously either not done right or whatever, okay? We're still waiting for the news information of what comes out. So how do you navigate these things? Well, I always assume, that's why I never made a video or talked to you about this. I never even did this, okay? So I always just assume everything new can explode and be exploited, and instead of take money. Everything new, everything. Let the 100,000 guinea pigs go out and do it first. But like if you act like that with everything, it's tough, man, because crypto is the same thing. Maybe people in 10 years say, let people lose money for 10 years before we buy the real value, okay? So you can't take that like lesson and like keep it to your heart too closely. Now, when this thing happens, friends, it is good practice to always be aware of this. There's a website, and man, I have to go through this closely. Revoke.Cash, okay? Revoke.Cash. And I've just changed it here to dark mode for you. So Revoke.Cash, friends, so you can go here. And if you go on and you click on through, you can connect a wallet. All right, you can just put in a wallet and it will show you everything you have given permission for. So whether you have a ledger, MetaMask, doesn't matter, friends. I know when you connect to a website, you got to give it permission to spend something first. Every scammer in crypto, right? This is what PulseLatina did. Every scammer is trying to get you to just go to their website and give approval, okay? Give approval to this. Well, what approval do they give? They give themselves the key to your vault. So they let themselves spend unlimited amount of your money, and they spend it by sending it to themselves. That's what they do. So with the PulseLatina, the scam website that came up in like, that 2 hours, and unfortunately like $1 million was lost, was that evil devil gave itself PulseX spending unlimited for everyone. It gave you unlimited spending for PulseX. So for everybody who connected to the DeFi farm. So they were just able to give themselves all the PulseX, right? So what you can do is you can actually use this website, Revoke.Cash, and you can just remove access to everything. But then if you go use it again, you have to re-enable it. But just to let you know, anything that's like a PancakeSwap, Uniswap, the DEX part like that, I'm not going to say they're always safe. It's because you just don't know, man. It's crypto, man. You just find out something new every day, but they're usually safe. Okay, so you don't have to spend 3 hours every day removing every single like DEX thing. But if you go through the list, you might find these other weird websites and stuff that you don't remember going to, okay? But chances are if it was a scam, it would have been taken out already. But it's better to be safe than sorry, right? So you should go through, revoke all your access to these on Ethereum side, on PulseChain side. You should do that. It is good practice, okay? Because like I found that, friends, unfortunately, my friend Dylan, okay? So I made that video last year. We saved him. I could have saved him $200,000, I think, in the future, because he had gone to 5 different fake hex websites. And in his wallet, he only kept so he had staked 95%. He's only got 5% liquid. His 5% liquid one day gets just sent to another wallet. And so we ended up checking meticulously. What ended up happening was I ended up going through Revoke.Cash on his account, and he had given like 5 different websites that were not hex, but they were hex spoofed. They were hex phishing sites. He gave him access for staking. And one of them took his liquid hex. Now, this is the dangerous part, friends. They have it set up such that if any of that token lands in your wallet, it steals it straight away. So Dylan, right? Dilly, maybe in like a year and a half, his stake comes out, and he would have had like maybe 200 grand. right? But as soon as he unstakes from the Hex website and it lands in his wallet, the thief would have taken all the Hex immediately in that 1 second. Okay, so literally, I get anxiety thinking about it. If he never contacted me to go through this with him, he would have learned the lesson in a year and a half. He unstakes his Hex, right, in the future, and then, oh my gosh, he would have lost everything. Okay, so as you can see, it's very, very important. Now, with 9mm exchange fans, you got to remember there are DEX on PulseChain. So there are other DEXes as well competing for, like, you know, attention and mind share and stuff. So what happens? They come and say, oh, you're all scammers and everything. So that's normal, okay? But this is where, like, just be careful because internet money and the 9-inch guys, so they did Twitter Spaces, okay? And not internet money, I think they did Twitter Space, just made a post here. But you just got to be careful because the dev of 9mm exchange, Deva, okay, his Twitter was spoofed. And then the scammer just started typing stuff, and these guys believed it because they're from like rival stuff, right? So brother KG said like, hey, we're removing 9mm, etc. And 9-inch exchange, obviously they want all the liquidity. But what ends up happening, friends, is they end up sharing the scam Deva thing, okay? They end up sharing the scam Deva thing. So this is what ends up happening, friends. They end up, unfortunately, so he wasn't named DEVA0X. It was DEVE. And it shared a fake Revoke.Cash website. It was Revoke.Cash /9mm or -9mm or something. You got to be super careful, friends. I'm telling you right now, you screw this up once, it's game over. Okay. That website will just give itself access to the tokens. So it's not revoking access. It is giving itself access and then just takes your money in 1 second. So that's why, friends, I tell you, any new website you go to, I always assume they're inside jobs. Everything's out to get you. Okay, you really have to be careful when it comes to this security. So scammers are always going to target these things. It's sad that they're like deep in these communities. So PulseChain community, it's only got 200,000 people in there, but they're still watching. There's scammers everywhere, friends. They're literally scammers in every corner of the internet. This is funny. So Orange Gooey, like showing the irony here. He says, you're telling me the people who just spoke down to you for trusting an unverified contract as their response to a hack posted and shielded a literal wallet drainer that spoofs a website for revoking permissions from contracts? What the hell? What kind of hell are we in? So as you can see, it's like one poop show after the other. So just the guys trying to help everyone say, oh, you're a scam. And then they shield a scam. These events, everything's out to get you, man. It's really, really, really dangerous. Now, obviously, what happened was it somehow got itself access, whatever it is, friends. Same shit. Someone takes all the tokens. Someone dumps. They dump. I don't know if they have any left. They just dumps it to zero. They took 50 grand. Okay, so pretty much, like, it's not the end of the world. They've lost 51,000. Obviously, it'd be nice if you didn't lose that. But it's like 50 or 70 grand, and it sucks. Okay. Now, this is the funny part. Okay. I didn't make a post to buy anything, friends. I'm just like, you know what, just leave it. But some of you were replying in my Telegram and my tweets saying, I'm buying the dip. Okay, I'm buying the dip. Watch me. Some of you said that, right? And I'm like, check. There's no inflation bug. That's the thing, friends. When you see this candle, okay, learn from this. Don't worry about 9mm. I'm just telling you, learn from this. When you see a candle like this, okay, it goes down like that. Okay, it drops literally 99%. Okay, it's down here. You have to look. It's always a leap of faith. Firstly, no one's going to tell you to buy. No one's going to tell you to buy. No one. The sentiment's too bad. Okay, it's zero times. I've heard people say, yeah, it's a good idea to buy 0 times. Now it's up to risk reward. You have to do trusted research in like a short amount of time. You have to check why it went down. If it went down because of a hack, it's free money. A lot of the times. Not all the time, a lot. Because the hack means, okay, we're just going to move on. Okay. But you got to be careful because sometimes the hack is so big that they will take a snapshot of before the hack, right? And they'll take a snapshot and they give everyone a new token. So your buy means nothing. Okay. Also, you got to check that there's no inflation bug, like an infinite inflation bug as well. Do you see all these uncertainties? How are you going to check it? It's so long. It's so short of time. That's why that's why these things, high risk, very high reward and fast reward. From this moment when it dumped, the thing went up, what, 14x, friends? Like, you got to say, like 14x, like 14 to 15x. Like, even if you got it here, it still went up like 4x, but you got to be careful, man. You're risking one. You got to think, okay, I'm trying to make 2, 3, 4, 5. It's a trading short-term capitulation type of thing. Now, when I did it, I congratulated the people who actually did it and won. I actually congratulated, you know what, man? Congratulations to people who stood in front of the train and did that. You got some big balls. You deserve you win. Now, when I did that, crybabies came out and they started getting upset. They're like, who are these jealous haters, man? It's okay. I did not go buy any of this coin. I'm congratulating people who did. Like, what type of loser are you? You just hate on other people winning. You know what I mean? So, but then you know, the truth is, friends, these people have scarcity mindsets. So they might pretend and posture to everybody saying that they have abundance mindsets. They're full of shit. Okay, they have scarcity mindsets because these people, okay, there's in their mind they're like, there's limited attention span here. I have to maximize the damage I do to the other guy and try get all the attention I can from now. Or they just, friends, they're just haters. People are just haters. They just don't like seeing other people win whatsoever at all. Okay, now when it comes to something like this, you friends, you just got to be careful. Okay, what do you even do from now? I don't even know. There's community votes and all these other things, but what else can you really do from this point, man? Like, that's a lottery tickets, bro. Friends, if I said to you thousands of times, like I'm literally going to say 50% of every coin you own can go to zero. That's it. 50%. I'm not even joking. 50%. Rug, exploit, dumping, abandon. That's it. The risk is high. It's that other 50% that make it. They're the interesting things of your portfolio. But you have to make it to the end. Now, friends, I'm going to give you some very high content, very high value here, extremely high value, because what I'm about to tell you now, going off this capitulation event, you could use it for Bitcoin, any chain, anything in investing, okay? Stocks, this works in stocks, this works in everything, okay? It's a concept, okay? When there's a big event, a big FUD event, okay? Capitulation, Japan yen carry, you know what I mean? Like all these big events. When that big event thing happens, okay, I know the 9mm guys who bought the dip, congratulations on your 10x fast, but it's not optimal for the average person to rush into those. You need to do more research, right? You can't just auto buy. You can't. It's too dangerous, okay? But what you can do is look near the asset that's gone down and you buy something that got sent down with it. Because you know everything's down because of one soy boy. Okay, one soy boy issue. But you're like saying to yourself, okay, this thing is cheap. Like, why are you down? Look, for example, DWB has nothing to do with 9mm, nothing to do with that at all. For instance, a meme coin on there. What someone did was a soy boy dumped it down 25, 30%. See that? It dumped down 37% on that. Bang. Okay, dumped down 40%. So that's where potential opportunity arises if you can find something, not financial advice, friends. If you can find something that's gone down with everything else, and you're like, wait a minute, that's not part of the issue, all right? It's a meme coin. It's a meme coin. It's got a community. It's got a Telegram. Oh, there's all these other friends as well, you know? So, but I'm just giving you an idea. So in the Japan yen carry, obviously the Japan and everything's just getting destroyed. I guess a good buy would have been, crypto. You're like, oh, crypto's going down, but that's Japan. But friends, it gets hard because you never truly find something that's like in the clear that shouldn't go down. Unless it's a rare occasions. But sometimes it happens, man. Sometimes that will happen where you're like, why is this thing down for the day, right? And those are the best buying opportunities because they shouldn't be there because they only artificially went down. And if you look at PIKA on PulseChain, friends, this is PIKA on PulseChain. You see how this is the daily chart. So I think it went down a bit, 17, 20, 25%, but it's not as much as what you saw with DickWifButt. DickWifButt went down 40. Now, don't stress too much on these, but the important thing to grab from this is the concept, okay? Because I'm not joking, this thing will make you life-changing wealth over the long run. I'm not even kidding. If you have sideline money, friends, because there's always a market explosion every year, every 1 or 2 years. It's just that, can you buy the thing that shouldn't have gone down, okay? That is what you're ultimately looking for. You're looking for something that's not there, and then everything's basically pooped itself, okay? And those have usually the fastest bounce backs, the biggest run up forward. And then you really got to think, man, if you're going straight to the source, be careful, man. Be careful. It's the thing that everybody else is looking at. And there's so much sell pressure, all right? So yeah, I get to watch this, friends, in real time. When I was trading in a prop firm, yeah, I got to see like the greatest traders when I first started. They were doing that. There were days like there was the Japanese yen intervention, there was the Fukushima tsunami, and all this stuff had happened, right? So there's like 2011, 2012, we had the US debt downgrade. Yeah, I watched them do this and think about it, think about stuff like that. And seeing that concept, right, stuck with me because I got to see, it happen in real time. That's interesting. I can now translate that to crypto. But like you said, it's tough, right? Because everything's correlated. Like you can always make a reason. If you want to be a bear, I'd tell you, okay, DickWifButt went down because it's an Tangang affiliated associated coin, and Tangang like 9mm DEX, and they just said, oh, it's our DEX, and they had a staking exploit. So do you see what I mean? So it's very easy to make that case. But then that's where you, friends, you go through, you do the information research yourself, okay? Or you just watch me, but I can only do so much, man. You got to do it yourself as much as you can. And I find out, oh, it wasn't the DEX that had anything wrong with it. It was this custom staking feature for the 9mm token, which is airdrop for free, pretty much, to users. And then they were able to gain fees. Okay, so that thing had the exploit. Okay, so why is a meme coin, which can be listed anyway, friends? There's DickWifButt, I think, is listed on PulseX as well. You can list it on 9inch or any other exchanges. You can list it. So why are you going down as well? But you get to see it's because people just like capitulate. I'm scared. Get out of everything. Sell everything. You know. So that's pretty much what happens. Okay. During these times, anybody who can find just a bit of confidence and a bit of information, you win. But ultimately, friends, you guys will remember they're called lottery tickets for a reason. Okay, and that's what ultimately comes down to. So you don't hurt yourself. So there you go, friends. Like, subscribe, belly button, all. Catch you in the next one.